vibes flow. Tampa Bay fishing channel, feeling in that spiritual glow. Snook and redfish rise up from the depths below. Tampa Bay fishing channel, let the blessings go.
Well, folks, welcome to another Friday fishing forecast, and it looks like it's going to be an absolutely beautiful weekend with light winds, no rain. There's a front coming through late Sunday, and it's going to get extremely cold Monday and Tuesday, especially for this time of year. But the weekend looks absolutely beautiful. Now, last weekend, we had our event on Saturday, so we fished on Sunday, and I got to tell you that the weatherman was off big time. They were off. They were calling for 1 foot and less, and it was definitely 3-footers out there for most of the day. It lay down for about an hour to 2 hours and then picked right back up again out of the north. But the bite was pretty decent. We had a front coming in, so the fish kind of put on the feed bag a little bit. So we had a pretty good trip that day. We caught hogfish, red grouper, snapper, all kinds of stuff. We only fished in like 52 to 55 feet of water, so about 14 miles out. But again, it looks like it's going to be an absolutely beautiful weekend. I know it was flat yesterday offshore. I went and caught bait for the shop this morning, and it was flat in the bay. It was absolutely beautiful. So I think it's going to stay true, hopefully. Sometimes they just get it wrong. Not sometimes. A lot of times they get it wrong. But anyway, we had our event last weekend, which was a huge success. I want to say thank you to everybody that came out. I can't say that enough. Everybody loved it. Everybody was commenting how much fun it was, and they were only going to come for a short amount of time, and then they ended up being there most of the day because it was just fun. It was hanging out with new people, seeing old friends, seeing some new friends, and one of our good friends, Sam Pistachio, he brought his own bar, so we had kind of an open bar there. So if you guys like open bars, you missed your opportunity. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the tides and schooners for this weekend and what we have in store. Okay, for Saturday, we have a negative low tide at 9:32 a.m. at a negative 0.4 foot. Then on Sunday, we have a negative low tide at 10:33 a.m. at a negative 0.3 foot. And they're both long incoming tides for the rest of the day. For the schooners, we have a minor feeding time from 9:52 a.m. to 10:52 a.m. Then we have a major feeding time from 2:31 p.m. to 4:31 p.m. Then on Sunday, we have a minor from 10:53 a.m. to 11:53 a.m. And then we have a major feeding time from 3:36 to 5:36 p.m. Now, the reports that I'm getting on fishing, the redfish and snook have been extremely good. The water temperature today was right around 72 degrees, so it's chilled down quite a bit, but these fish are starting to make their way back into the backcountry, into the rivers, into the canals and things like that. So if you're going to concentrate on inshore fish like snook, redfish, trout, tarpon, things like that, sheep's head, I would, especially on snook and redfish, I would definitely look in the backcountry areas and the mouths of the rivers and into the rivers themselves. Now, once we have this cold front next week, it's really going to drop the water temperature. So I think it's going to push a lot of fish into their winter pattern for a short amount of time, because by Wednesday, it's going to heat up again and it's going to get warm. So by Thursday, Friday, I can tell you this with full confidence, that those fish are going to put on the feed bag. I can tell you that right now. I can't tell you how many times I've had 100 fish days, 2 to 3 days after a major front, and it warms up extremely quickly. Those fish will put on the feed bag. So if you have the opportunity to get out later next week and fish for redfish and snook and trout, I would definitely highly recommend it because of that warm up that we're going to have. Offshore, I'm not hearing too many reports simply because it's been so rough. But some of the reports that I have been seeing here in the last couple of days, that the hogfish bite has been really good in 50 to 70 feet of water. So if you want to target those fish, I would definitely start off in that depth range. If you're looking for red snapper, it's open this weekend. Of course, you're going to want to go deeper for those in about the 130 and past for red snapper. Red grouper, we're still catching keeper red grouper in 50 plus feet of water. So you don't have to go real far for those. You can target those inside the bay, There's specific areas though that really hold them pretty well. You just got to find that hard bottom. Other than that, like I said, at the shop, we have greenbacks, we have fiddler crabs, and we have shrimp. And then we have all the frozen bait you need. So this weekend, we're going to be prepared. We already have a ton of shrimp in-house as it is. We're getting 4,000 more tonight. So we'll definitely be and have stock ready for first thing tomorrow. And it's also King of the Beach this weekend. So if you're fishing the King of the Beach, good luck. We do have rigged ballyhoo. We do have frozen mullet, things like that. If I was to fish for them personally, I would anchor up and chum for them. I'm not a big troller, but everybody's different. If you're looking for kingfish, I can tell you right now that the Gulf is loaded with Spanish mackerel. I mean, it got to the point where it was absolutely stupid. They were just cutting us off all the time last weekend, and that was in 50 plus feet of water. I have heard reports, sporadic reports of fish inside the bay, just outside the bay. So the kingfish, they're probably on the verge of leaving because of the water temperatures being so cold. But again, I think you have a little bit of time, especially for this weekend, to find some good kingfish. Well, that's about sums it up for this Friday fishing forecast. Again, I want to say thank you to everybody for all of the support. We have a ton of our jigs in stock at the shop. Of course, we do free shipping if you order online. We have all types of sinkers. So if you're looking for sinkers, we have pretty much the best pricing on sinkers anywhere around. We have a good selection of hooks, which you can get great pricing on hooks. 25 for $3.50. You can't beat it. They're 2X strong, octopus and circle hooks. Again, thank you so much for the support. We can't say that enough. Fish more, catch more, and we'll see you on the flip side.